Good evening. My name is Matthew Ills, and I am the principal of Mayfair High School. I'd like to welcome all of you to the 2014 Mayfair High School graduation ceremony. At this time, I would ask that all of you in the stands please rise. Young men in the senior class and male guests, please remove your graduation caps and hats for the presentation of the colors by our local Boy Scout Troop 140, which will then be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem. If you'd please place your right hand over your heart and join me in saying the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now to sing our national anthem, please welcome Tricia Figueroa, Paige Hunter, Selah Park, and Lindsay Seckler.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. This is a proud moment for our students, our families, staff, and guests. It is a time for students to not only remember the hard work of their years in high school, but to pause and remember those who have made an impact upon their education and in their lives. Their teachers who have challenged and inspired them, their counselors who have guided them, their parents or guardians and family members who have given their time and support, and their friends and classmates who have stood by them. Seniors, enjoy this evening that you so well deserve. At this time, I would like to introduce our honored guests that are with us this evening. From the Bellflower Unified School District Board of Education, President Mrs. Debbie Quadros. Vice President Mr. Jerry Cleveland. Clerk Dr. Paul Helzer. Member Dr. Sue L. Hessen. And Member Mrs. Laura Sanchez Ramirez. Our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Brian Jacobs. And now I'd like to introduce Mayfair's administrative team here this evening. Assistant Principal, Miss Marcia Burford. Assistant Principal, Mr. James Fleming. Assistant Principal, Mrs. Tiffany Harville. And Assistant Principal, Mr. Cliff Higgins. Additionally, our high school counselors, Mrs. Jasmine Lane, Mr. Kevin Garcia, Mrs. Cora Ozier, and Mrs. Kelly Young. And our middle school counselors in attendance this evening, Mr. Marcus Hairston and Miss Oralia Montez. With us this evening, celebrating our students' accomplishments, are many members of the dedicated teaching staff of Mayfair High School. Teachers, please stand so that we can recognize you and applaud your service and commitment to our students. I would also like to give a special thank you to our band director, Mr. Tom Phillips, and the Mayfair High School Symphonic Band for providing our processional music, and Mrs. Gina Holcomb, Director of Vocal Music, for assisting with the amazing voices we have already heard, as well as to come. Now to hear from our first student of the evening. The title of valedictorian for the class of 2014 is awarded to the senior with the highest grade point average earned at Mayfair. It is my pleasure to introduce Anika Benens. Mayfair's valedictorian, Anika Benens, has earned an overall GPA of 4.66. Anika is a member of MAP, our Mayfair academic program, and has earned A's in every course she has taken throughout middle school and high school. She's taken 7 honors classes and 9 AP or advanced placement classes. She is an active member of many clubs on our campus, such as CSF, the California Scholarship Federation, Fashion Club, and Medical Club. And she's even found time to be a link crew leader, mentoring our freshmen. Anika has been accepted to many colleges, including Stanford, UCLA, UC Davis, California State University, Long Beach, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, Cal Poly Pomona, Xavier University, Northeastern University, and Washington University in St. Louis. This fall, I'm proud to say that Anika will be attending Stanford University and is looking at possibly majoring in biochemistry or pre-medicine. This year's 2014 valedictorian, Anika Benens.
Hello, class of 2014. Before I begin, I would like to give thanks to my parents, my 2 older brothers, and my grandma. We should all thank our family, friends, and academic advisors for getting us to where we are today. Fear, an emotion I admit to feeling at this very moment, is one of the biggest human insecurities or obstacles to our emotional peace of mind. Perhaps the biggest fear as we move on is fear of the unknown or fear of the future. I tell my parents that I am ready to get out of the house and go on my own, and that is really how I feel. But I still question myself. Will I succeed? I found in a study that nearly half of America's college students drop out before they receive a college degree. For those of us who go on to college, I hope we will not be that 50%. Do what you have to do to try to stay in school. For those of us who will not be attending college straight after high school, I also hope you will succeed in your plans. Do not let those who do attend put you down, and do not let society label you in any way. For I knew people in the past who could not attend due to financial issues, family issues, and so on. But we will all eventually find our own way to give back to our communities. Someone once told me that success only comes before work in the dictionary. At first, I thought it was pretty lame and laughed along with all the other teenagers around me. However, I thought about it more and realized how this quote will define our lives from here onward. We will actually have to continue working in college, the military, or the workplace after high school before we can begin our way to hopefully becoming successful. That means no parties, no procrastination, absolutely no social life. Just kidding. But I do not and will not claim responsibility for directly encouraging you to attend college parties, but maybe some experimentation won't hurt. As you continue on your journey, you will of course face obstacles in terms of grades and balancing school with extracurricular activities and things like that. But one of those biggest obstacles may come to be what you do not expect: people. Not just people as in friends, but people in higher positions as you, such as professors or even employees in the workplace, when you reach that point. My dad told me a story in which he had to deal with people. A few years after he first immigrated here, he worked at a Taco Bell to earn money for college and a living. After completing a management course from which he graduated second in class, he received promotion to assistant manager. However, judged on the color of his skin, the regional manager paid him less than what others in his present position were paid. Nothing could be rightly argued since my dad needed the job to stay in school. He eventually quit and finished his degree in chemical engineering. But when it came to hiring and interview time, he was told that he was overqualified, whatever that means, and could not find a job in chemical engineering for 10 years. Eventually, my dad returned to school and studied to become a radiology technician, in which he graduated as valedictorian and is now currently employed in that field. My brothers and I have also been in similar situations, most like Huey from the Boondocks, where we are told, "You speak well," or articulate for ... you know, insert awkward silence here. I could go on about the many similar situations my family and I have gone through, but moral of the story is that there will most likely be a point in time when you will be judged not only on the color of your skin, but also your appearance, your hair, the way you speak, social class, gender, and other things. But do not let those people define you, and that includes society's perceptions and the media. Only you, your actions, and your thoughts can do so. It is also your job to not be the one who judges others. Therefore, find people and connections who will respect you and your background. They will, along with your family, be your backbone of support and crucial to your success. I wish you all luck in the future.
Thank you, Anika. The salutatorian for the class of 2014 is the senior with the second highest grade point average. This year, that student is Ryan Farquhar. Mayfair salutatorian Ryan Farquhar has earned an overall GPA of 4.619. Ryan has taken 6 honors classes and 9 AP or advanced placement classes. He has not only been an exceptional student, he has also been involved with many extracurricular activities. He is the vice president of the CSF, or California Scholarship Federation, as well as the Key Club. He is also an active member of the MAP, or Mayfair Academic Program, and the History Club. Beyond the academics and clubs, Ryan has also found time to get involved with our athletic department by playing volleyball his 9th and 10th grade year. This fall, Ryan plans to attend UCLA, and he will be majoring in biology. Our 2014 salutatorian, Mr. Ryan Farquhar.
Salutatorian. With that title comes honor, respect, and an extra homework assignment, this speech. Anyways, as always, I would like to extend my gratitude to the families out there, including my own, our fantastic faculty and administrators, and of course, what we're all here for, my fellow graduates. 12 long, hard years we've been working at this. So now let's take a little time to think about the past. Elementary school. Rarely a care in the world. We would frolic around the playground and always wonder why the girls were so much taller than us. But now we can look down at them and laugh. Middle school. Oh, those were dark times. No one wants to talk about that. Let's move on. High school. I wonder if anyone here thinks high school was the best 4 years of their life so far. I doubt it. But I know that every single one of you out there had fun at some point in high school, even if high school wasn't your cup of tea. There are always at least 1 or 2 memories that you can cherish. Think back to when you first entered high school, a scared, intimidated freshman, to when you entered Miss Garvin's class, an even more scared and intimidated sophomore. Think to making new friends, to going to your first high school sporting events, your first dance, to hearing almost every day, please disregard the fire alarm, please disregard the fire alarm. You know, we've experienced a lot. We have grown in high school, and that's what high school is. It isn't supposed to be the best time of your life, but it is supposed to be your first chance to finally branch out and grow as a person, to learn more about yourself and not just science, math, history, English. You know, today, more than ever, I am aware of my accomplishments and I feel very proud, but I also feel like I could have spent more time focusing on my own interests and passions rather than just devoting my entire being to get an A in every class. But you know what? We all have regrets. For example, some of you may regret getting D's in U.S. history or econ because instead of staring at the board, you were staring at Mr. Headley or Mr. Piquet's muscles. We all have some regrets, but we all have cherished memories too. The important thing is to keep those memories safe and to use those regrets as learning tools to make sure you don't make the same mistakes in the future. High school really is a learning experience. But guess what we're here for, guys? Graduation. It's time to look to the future. As we grow up, many of us will have a family, will find jobs, will become actors, artists, authors, journalists, businessmen, policemen, teachers, firefighters, billionaires that will always stay in touch with Ryan Farquhar and give him money if he needs it. Yep. In other words, we all have some sort of future, and we all have the potential to succeed. I read a true story about a little kid named Sparky. He struggled in high school. He failed most of his classes. He cost his golf team the championship. Really, the only thing he was decent at was art. Even then, he was rejected by his high school yearbook and by Disney when he applied for a job. But you know what? Sparky went on to do fantastic things. Sparky, better known as Charles Schultz, went on to create the cartoon Peanuts and modeled the meek and unconfident main character, Charlie Brown, after himself. So you see, no matter what happens, even if you have obstacles that rise in your life, you can overcome them. You can still succeed. We can succeed. We can do great things, and we can make a difference. Fun fact of the day, we're all going to die. So, I have a final essential question for you. What difference will you make in your lifetime? I want you to think about that. But like I said, we all have the potential to do fantastic things. Our school, our class of young men and women, we are fantastic, we're smart, we're talented, and I really do believe we all have the potential to succeed. But I cannot say for sure whether we all will. That's up to each and every one of you. But there is one thing I can say with absolute certainty. You, my fellow Mon students, the class of 2014, have made these past 4 years memorable and even enjoyable. And if you have all taught me one thing, it is this. Lakewood is definitely not the most boring city in California. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. I would now like to ask Christian Torres to come forward. He will be singing The Climb.
I could almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming. There's a voice inside of my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaken, but I've gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Yeah, yeah. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Keep the faith, keep your faith. Whoa, keep on moving, keep climbing. Keep the faith, keep your faith. Class of 2014. Oh.
Great job. Thank you, Christian. Mayfair High School has two distinguished academy programs, the Mayfair Academic Program, MAP, and the Academy of Animation and Digital Arts, AADA. MAP students are provided the opportunity to participate in the most challenging courses offered at Mayfair High School. Each of the students' names who are being read here tonight represent those students who have successfully completed course requirements and have earned the distinction of being a Mayfair Academic Program graduate. Students, please stand when I call your name and remain standing. Paul Austin. Anika Benins. Hema Castro. Brett Chavaria. Kinsey Shikuma. Mary Coe. Lindsay Cudd. Mariah Denton. Yasmin Ellismar. Ryan Farquhar, Emma Figueroa, Jose Gallardo, Edward Kang, Ronald Kim, Shannon Kondaker, Giovanni Lasau, Riddhi Mehta, Lauren Mendoza, Taylor Mendoza, Kirsten Miller, Dwin No, Megan Wynn, Selah Park, Kevin Pagao, Jasmine Porras, Joseph Rajan, Bianca Rumala, Nicole Rexwinkle, Sierra Schultz, John Toffick, Eileen Tovar, Patrick Vidikin, Alex Wu, Faith Yap, and Stephen Yoder. Thank you. You may be seated. The Academy of Innovation and Digital Arts, or AADA, has been a part of Mayfair High School for the past 14 years. Students who are accepted into the program commit to 4 years of intense art instruction, including drawing, painting, computer graphics, and digital animation. The following students completed a senior portfolio demonstrating their mastery and skill and have earned the distinction of being an AADA graduate. Please stand when I call your name and remain standing. Gregory Abalanosa, Jordi Alejandre, Joshua Bailey, Justine Bobadilla, Carissa Boots, Brandon Bunch, Hema Castro, Shandy Cryer, Emma Figueroa, Eric Haynes, Kirsten Heckerman, Karen Herrera, Gabriela Huerta, Jonah Lucero, Maricruz Palmas, Bianca Rumala, Claudia Sucar, Audrey Tosi, Patrick Vidikin, and Megan Welt. Thank you. You may be seated. Next, I would now like to recognize seniors who have earned academic distinction based on their cumulative grade point averages. As I announce students' names, please stand to be recognized and remain standing. Those students receiving highest academic honors based on a cumulative grade point average of 4.0 or higher are the following: Paul Austin, Anika Benins, Carissa Chirpus, Kaylin Jakuma, Kinsey Jakuma, Marte Coleman, Yasmin Ellismar, Ryan Farquhar, Katie Fisher, Jose Gallardo, Edward Kang, Ronald Kim, Shannon Kondaker, Giovanni Lasau, Laura Leva, Riddhi Mehta, Lauren Mendoza, Kirsten Miller, Dwin No. Megan Nguyen. Thomas Nishimoto. Justin Parker. Kevin Pagao. Jasmine Porras. Joseph Rojan. Bianca Rumala. Nicole Rexwinkle. Sierra Schultz. John Toffick. Casey Torres. Faith Yap. And Stephen Yoder. Thank you. You may be seated. Those students receiving high academic honors based on a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.99 will now be announced. Please stand and remain standing until all names have been read. Gregory Abalanosa. Joseph Aguila. Anna Mae Apego. May Ann Apego. Genevieve Apusin. Kiari Baker. Christian Burrell. Jorge Bernal. Danae Biddle. Isabella Bonilla. Brandon Bunch. Hima Castro. Ayana Chambers. Brett Chavaria. Tamye Clark. Mary Coe. Lindsay Cudd. Lester Cuevas. Everett Delfell. Mariah Denton. Derek Dewey. Emma Figueroa. Trisha Figueroa. Justin Gonzalez. Dylan Gurkinich. Katie Gutierrez. Jasmine Holiday. Jacolia Jackson. Courtney Keene. Lagaya Kinavong. Caitlin Lagaheat. Alex Lopez. Jonah Lucero. Justin Mann. Lorenzo Marino. Taylor Mendoza. Alexa Moore. Savannah Ozier. Selah Park. Krisha Pinamonte. Christian Robles. Jana Sohal. Eileen Tovar. Jacob Vasquez. Leslie Vasquez. Patrick Vitikin. Moni Vu. Garrett Webster. And Alex Wu. Thank you. You may be seated. Those students receiving honors based on a cumulative grade point average between 3.0 and 3.49 are listed in your program. I would ask that these students please stand at this time and be recognized. Please, all honor students, please stand at this time. Thank you. You may be seated. The following students are recognized for receiving the Golden State Seal Merit Diploma for demonstrating mastery in 6 curriculum content areas. Qualification is based on the California Standards tests given as part of the STAR testing program. Students must have earned a scaled score of 370 or above in each of the 6 areas. Please stand and remain standing when I call your name. Aaron Abderhalden. Gregory Abalanosa. Paul Austin. Anika Benins. Jorge Bernal. Corey Bajorquez. Chance Bromley. Brandon Bunch. Hima Castro. Ashton Chappelle. Brett Chavaria. Carissa Chirpus. Kinsey Chakuma. Justin Chu. Mary Coe. Marte Coleman. Lindsay Cudd. Lester Cuevas. Drew Donaldson. Daniel Eade. Yasmin Ellismar. Ryan Farquhar. Michaela Farrell. Emma Figueroa. Katie Fisher. Genesis Flores. Jose Gallardo. Justin Gonzalez. Dylan Gurkinich. Kirsten Heckerman. Jesus Hernandez. Fernando Herrera. Savannah Holtkamp. Edward Kang. Ronald Kim. Shannon Kondaker. Caitlin Lagaheat. Giovanni Lasau. Alex Lopez. Braden Lois. Justin Mann. Janelle Manzo. Vanessa Mantiarina. Riddhi Mehta. Lauren Mendoza. Kirsten Miller. Duin No. Megan Wynn. Thomas Nishimoto. Selah Park. Ashley Perkins. Kevin Picau. Jasmine Porras. Joseph Rajan. Bianca Rumala. Nicole Rexwinkle. Christian Robles. Scott Rogers. David Sanchez. Lindsay Seckler. Sierra Schultz. John Toffick. Casey Torres. Eileen Tovar. Jacob Vasquez. Trent Watts. Garrett Webster. Brandon Weldon. Faith Yap. And Stephen Yoder. Thank you. You may be seated. The following students are recognized for receiving the State Seal of Biliteracy. Students must maintain a GPA of 2.0 or above in all their English language arts classes, score proficient in the English language arts portion of the California Standards Test, and pass the World Language Advanced Placement Exam with a score of a 3 or higher, or successfully complete 4 years of the same world language with a GPA of 3.0 or higher. Please stand and remain standing when I call your name. Hima Castro. Kaylin Chakuma. Kinsey Chakuma. Alicianne Coleman James, Ashley Gutierrez, Karen Herrera, Jasmine Hyacinth, Janelle Manzo, Eric Ortiz, Casey Torres, and Leslie Vasquez. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I am pleased to invite our inspirational speaker to the stage, Bianca Rumala.
You guys are beautiful. All right. I have been running towards this moment since I could remember. Being the baby of the family, I would talk to my friends about how it'd feel like. I'm gonna be 18, I'm gonna graduate, I'm gonna drive, I'm gonna have a car, I'm gonna have a job. It's a funny feeling when you finally reach the finish line. You've been running, getting exhausted, at moments at the verge of just giving up, even straight up just turning around and walking back home, getting sidetracked and lost. But when you do finally reach that finish line, you win. I'd like to take this moment to tell all of you guys tonight that you have won. You have defeated your adversities. You have surpassed all those that told you you couldn't do it. And with no doubt and no fear, you have recognized the meaning of your worth and your importance to all who are here tonight. You are loved. Sure, high school was just 4 years apart from the rest of our lives. People have been telling me, welcome to the real world. But these 4 years just go to show what can be done with the little that we do have. To me, Mayfair is a place where a diverse group of people come together, go to school, interact, and grow. And although we may not have as much as others, there are many of us who have done the best with what they do have, changing people's lives as they go. From our ballerina and valedictorian, Anika Bennins, to Josh Bailey, whose passion for art and his gorgeous afro continues to inspire me and make me smile. To my great friend, Kenny Finn, who will be my future Dr. Finn. I have been able to find the most important truth that I have ever known. And it is that we need one another. You see, I made this promise with myself in the beginning of this journey that I wanted to know who I was by the end of it all. I think it was, I'm on the pursuit of happiness, and I know everything that's shine ain't always gonna be gold. Hey, I'll be fine once I get it. I'll be good. Yep, that was 7th grade. I was so determined that I decided to expose myself to as many experiences as I could. But it was meeting some of the most amazing people through these experiences that truly changed my life. See, Mayfair has molded me, bruised me, and most importantly, strengthened me to accept that high school wasn't just about me, but it was about us. And it was about understanding that I am here today because of each and every one of you. The truth is, I need you. I need each and every one of you as you need me. Our goals and aspirations are no longer for us to keep to ourselves. The success of each one of us, the reason for the hard work and years of historical Mr. Win homework, all the greens we had to run during season, all the learning from the heartbreaks and the independence are now ready to be shared with the hands and minds of those that we will affect. Freedom will be handed to us today by our teachers and loved ones, those that have guided us long enough and now have decided that it's time to set us free. Through all the trials of our 4 years in high school, we all have held on to this single truth, that there is someone out there that needs us. That someone is the person speaking to you right now, the person right next to you, the person behind you, the person in front of you in these rows and rows of blue. Congratulations, Mayfair class of 2014. May you once be a monsoon, always a monsoon.
Thank you, Bianca. I now invite Dr. Brian Jacobs, Superintendent of Schools, to present the Mayfair High School graduating class of 2014.
Good evening. As Superintendent of Schools for the Bellflower Unified School District, it is a pleasure to stand before you this evening and in front of this outstanding Mayfair class of 2014. I want to thank you for making this year, as your superintendent, a tremendous pathway, and wish you the best in continued successful ventures that lie before you. It is now my honor, by the authority vested to me by the state of California and the Board of Trustees, that I do hereby certify the members of the senior class of Mayfair High School have completed the requirements for graduation as prescribed by the California Education Code and the policies of the Bellflower Unified School District. President Quadros, would you please join me? President Quadros, it is with great pride that I present to you and the members of the governing board the Mayfair High School class of 2014.
At this time, the members of the Board of Education will present the diplomas to the graduates.
So we'll go this way. Where do you want to come this way, so I guess right here would be good. Okay. Perfect.
Anika Bennens.
Ryan Farquhar.
PJ Austin.
Carissa Chirpis.
Kaylin Chakuma.
Kinsey Chikuma.
Marte Coleman.
Katie Fisher.
Yasmin Alasmar.
Edward Kang.
Jose Gallardo.
Shannon Kondaker.
Ronald Kem.
Laura Leva.
Giovanni Lasau.
Lauren Mendoza.
Reedy Metha.
Doin No.
Kirsten Miller.
Thomas Nishimoto.
Megan Wynn.
Kevin Pagao.
Justin Parker.
Joseph Rajan.
Jasmine Porras.
Nicole Rexwinkle.
Bianca Remulia.
Sierra Schultz.
John Taufik.
Casey Torres.
Faith Allison Yep.
Stephen Yoder.
Gregory Justin Abelianosa.
Joseph Aguila.
Anna May Apego.
May Ann Apigo.
Genevieve Apusin.
Kiari Baker.
Christian Burrell.
George Bernal.
Danae Biddle.
Isabella Bonilla.
Hema Castro.
Brandon Bunch.
Ayana Chambers.
Mary Francine Coe.
Tomye Clark.
Lester Cuevas.
Lindsay Cudd.
Everett Delfell.
Princess Mariah Denton.
Emma Figueroa.
Derek Dewey.
Justin Gonzalez.
Winona Tricia Figueroa.
Katie Gutierrez.
Dylan Gurkinich.
Jacolia Jackson.
Jasmine Holiday.
Legaya Kenavong.
Courtney Keene.
Caitlin Lagahit.
Alex Lopez.
Justin Mann.
Jonah Grace Lucero.
Taylor Mendoza.
Lorenzo Marino.
Savannah Ozier.
Alexa Moore.
Krisha Marielle Penamonte.
Sayla Park.
Jana Sohal.
Christian Robles.
Jacob Vasquez.
Eileen Tovar.
Garrett Webster.
Leslie Vasquez.
Moni Vu.
Patrick Vitikin.
Zaria Adams.
Alex Wu.
Malik Akmal.
Michael Agramonte.
Caitlin Allen.
Jordi Alejandre.
Daniel Burrell.
Wissam Ayubi.
Carissa Boots.
Corey Bajorquez.
Yelena Burgos.
Christian Briere.
Leslie Saracer.
Stephanie Carrillo.
Alician Coleman James.
Justin Chu.
Isaac Dees.
John Costello.
Nicole Dunchie.
Kasaya Dorch.
Johan Escaño.
Daniel Andre Eid.
Esmeralda Flores.
Michaela Farrell.
Kyle Fremgen.
Genesis Flores.
Armando Godinez.
Francisco Garnello.
Samuel Goulding.
Vanessa Gonzalez.
Lindsay Guerrero.
Devin Green.
Ashley Gutierrez.
Victoria Yvette Garola.
Jesus Hernandez.
Kirsten Renee Heckerman.
Jonique Hollis Taylor.
Karen Alicia Herrera.
Vanessa Horsey.
Savannah Holtkamp.
Amber Jamie.
Paige Hunter.
Aaron Larson.
Ariana King.
David Lopez.
Cesar Lopez.
Miguel Malagon.
Lizette Lopez.
Kalea Montanona.
Pablo Luque.
Julia Marquez.
Janelle Manzo.
Elstree McMillan.
Vanessa Matirena.
Sebastian Miranda.
Amanda Milkey.
Ellis Newton.
William Robert Warhand.
Daniel Osh.
Emeka Michael Mikey Hoops Nwabuzor.
Nicholas Olvera.
Christopherson Olvera.
Lionel Osorio.
Eric Ortiz.
Nicholas Padron.
James Pacheco.
Desiree Paez.
Austin Patton.
Brett Peters Jr.
Ashley Perkins.
Calais Ramos.
Courtney Lynn Raziano.
Rachel Reese.
Cynthia Reyes.
Alex Rivera.
Gregory Santos.
Jean Crystal Ronquillo.
Connor Sanders.
Cameron Rodriguez.
Melinda Smith.
Lindsay Ray Seckler.
Jose Smith.
Amina Sapita.
Aaron Solis.
Claudia Sukar.
Alyssa Tafoya.
Valerie Talavera.
Andrew James Tellers.
Desiree Thomas.
Tristan Thompson.
Audrey Tausi.
Amy Van Meeveren.
Stephanie Vieira.
Naomi Villagran.
Ashley Walker.
Dakota Wallace.
Trent Watts.
Tierra Brianna Wilson.
Megan Wilt.
Aaron Abderhalden.
Tiffany Whitaker.
Madeline Amato.
Christopher Ebson.
Miguel Aguilera.
Joshua Aguilar.
Erica Aguilar.
Maria Aguirre.
Hang on, wait. Zena Alfaro.
Nigel Aldaco.
Xander Alfonso.
Henry Alfonso.
Jose Andrade.
Renee Allison.
Luis Andres.
Bobby Amezcua.
Inocencio Aniceto.
Joseph Andujo.
Carla Ariano.
Maricel Angulo.
Estefany Arriaga.
Andy Arias.
Luis Arroyo.
Cameron Arnold.
Isabel Arteaga.
George Arroyo.
Sar Babonjo.
Felice Arteaga.
Joshua Bailey.
John Ayala.
Alan Ball.
Rita Baca.
Allison Barker.
Aisha Baldwin.
Savannah Aki.
Victor Banuelos.
Jalil Battle.
Alberto Barrancas.
Joy Benson.
Ashley Bachman.
China Blackburn.
Eliel Beltran.
Brian Bobley.
Justine Emma Bobadilla.
Jamar Bradford.
Dietrich CTR Bracken.
Chance Bromley.
Danielle Bradley.
Elidia Buenrostro.
Elizabeth Bryant.
Ashley Burgos.
From parts unknown, Paulo Bunag.
Nicholas Lamarada Destroyer Burris.
Allison and Ryan Barrio.
Jonathan Bush.
Jared Campoed.
Sean Kalipusan.
Jessica Campos.
Paris Kapili.
Samuel Carey.
Caitlin Carmichael.
Chelsea Rain Carmona.
Brianna Simone Carson.
Morelia Villegas Patino.
Stephanie Castro.
Eric Cervantes.
Ashton Chappell.
Kendall Charles.
George Chavez.
Maria Chavez.
Elizabeth Cholico.
William Coleman.
Angelica Columna.
Jessica Corral.
Joshua Cortez.
Avante Craig.
Shandy Cryer.
Christine Danner.
Celestino Dian.
Rebecca De Jesus.
Regina Draffin.
Drew Donaldson.
Aaron Ojeda.
Alexia Duarte.
Andres Esparza.
Sean Eisenberg.
Arthur Falcon.
Calvin Emberton.
Zachary Farmer.
Brandon Espinoza.
Jonathan Fields.
Sierra Farmer.
Lenorina Fonoti.
We gotta pause. David Ferreira.
Joseph Fritz.
Jordan Floyd.
Alex Garcia.
Deira Frank.
Jacobo Garcia.
Heriberto Garcia.
Stephanie Garcia.
Frank Garcia.
Sharon Gilmore.
Rebecca Garcia.
Keandra Goins.
Ryan Joseph Gaylord.
Sierra Dominguez.
Caitlin Godinez.
Elijah Gonzalez.
Raymond Gomez.
Leonardo Jose Gonzalez Lugo.
Errol Gonzalez.
Stephanie Guerrero.
Travis Gueniano.
Lauren Nicole Lister Gutierrez.
Jesse Gutierrez.
Jesse Hanley.
Dewan Hall.
Nick Harris.
Eric Haynes.
Marlene Hayes.
Queen Raven Hawthorne.
Francisco Hernandez Jr.
Diana Hernandez.
Kennedy Haywood.
Fernando Herrera.
Eric Hill.
Freddie Hidalgo.
Kayla Hoffman.
John Hipple.
Gabriela Huerta.
Johnny Holt.
Claudia Huizar.
Marvin Woody Hughes.
Jasmine Hyacinth.
Lindsay Hunko.
Nathan James.
Sean Isom.
Pamela Jimenez.
Manny Jimenez.
Vaughn Allen Johnson.
Monica Johnson.
Ruben Kaivi.
Ashanti Jones.
Christopher Matthew Kodesh.
Kevin Keogh.
Amy Quapil.
Minnie Kambunma.
Roderick Jerome Lansing.
Cody Landon.
Jocelyn Loris.
Ricky J. La Pastora.
Rahul Lingham.
Cynthia Laughlin.
Emerson Longoleo.
Eric Leofau.
Jessica J-Lo Lopez.
Francisco Lopez.
Pedro Lopez.
Julian Lopez.
Braden Lois.
Madison Lovell.
Angel Madrigal.
Savannah Madden.
Elizabeth Manluga.
Austin Martinez.
Diana Martinez.
Bianca Martinez.
Dejanay Matthews.
Cam Bam McDonald.
Michael McGonigal.
Alex Mena.
Dylan Milne.
Alejandra Mira.
Caleb Mitchell.
Cheyenne Mitchell.
Barbara Heather Mandaka.
Taylor Moore.
Jeanette Mora.
Jamie Maldonado.
Jason Navarro.
Ibrahim Mandur.
Lizbeth Orozco.
Hassan Mandur.
Jasenia Asagera.
Shania Nall.
Maricruz Palmas.
Brian Navidad.
Kevin Parakawang.
Asanate Lavea Pale.
Charles Parker.
Amorena Marie Red Papalera.
Crystal Payton.
Joseph Parente.
Jamie Perales.
Carlin Parker.
Tiffany Marie Peterson.
Jessica Pinate.
Jonathan Pichanwatana.
Ulysses Perea.
Elena Pimentel.
Giovanni Poli.
Jesus Pimentel.
Rudy Ponce.
Andrew Portillo.
Natalie Ponce.
Joseph Pryor.
Amanda Porter.
Elena Danielle Ramirez.
Kennedy Lynn Powell.
Michael Rascone.
Amanda Ramirez.
Dylan Reese.
Ruby Ramirez.
Christopher Edward Reveles.
Vanessa Refuerzo.
Derek Reyes.
Drew Reddig.
Nadia Rivera.
Andrea Reyes.
Trenton Patrick Rivers.
Jocelyn Rios.
Morgan Robinson.
Tyler Robert.
Jennifer Rodriguez.
Jasmine Robinson.
Scott Rogers.
Jacob Rockwood.
Christian Roldan.
Leslie Rodriguez.
Sean Kyle Rosales.
Nadajon Roja Nasapio.
Dylan Ross.
Jesse Romero.
Noah Salas.
Renee Rosario.
David Sanchez.
Alejandro Robacava.
Valerie Sandoval.
Alejandra Sanchez.
Laura Santos.
Juan Alberto Sanchez.
Cheyenne Renee Schmidhammer.
Christian Santos.
Ian Shepard.
Jocelyn Sarabia.
Tyler Snyder.
Kelsey Blake Schwensen.
Gaganjot Singh.
Frank Soki.
Joseph Strangis.
Ben Santango.
Vididiana Tamayo.
Janice Louise Stanford.
Deja Thomas.
Carla Sumlin.
Herbert Thomas.
Shantiana Tanner.
Israel Velasquez.
Draco Thomas.
Vaitai J. Toliafoa.
Manuel Medina.
Christian Alonso Torres.
Ryan Thornton.
Angel Turajan.
Justin Tompkins.
Priscilla Uarte.
Jessica Josefa Torres.
Cindy Valdez.
Gerardo Oyoa.
Natalie Jean Valentine.
Rodolfo Valdez.
Elsa Vasquez.
Kevin Valencia.
Summer Vogt.
Josiah Van Eppelen.
Cody Von Winkelman.
Harold Vasquez.
Christopher James Wall.
Samuel Vidaka.
Christopher Walls.
Tanea Bolden.
Courtney Ward.
Keith Walker.
Brandon Weldon.
Tyler Wallace.
Ashley K. Whittington.
Lil Verge Walton.
Noah Wickline.
Marche Ward.
Karen Wright.
Christian Whitney.
Jessica Zeiger.
Jania Whittington. Dominic Lamar Williams. Aaron Williams. Joshua Wilson. Lindsay Yamachika. Trayvon Wiley. Brett Chavarria.
Kenneth Pinn.
Graduates, I have one final act as your superintendent of schools. I have the joy of now leading you in a time-honored graduation tradition to signify your new status as a graduate. It is because of your day-to-day efforts and your desire to want to achieve that you have met the standard of excellence, nothing less. Congratulations on this accomplishment, and may God bless you as you begin your next ventures. Graduates of 2014, you may now move your tassel to the left side to signify a graduate of Mayfair High School.
At this time, seniors, please stay standing. You're going to join us for the last time as a Mayfair student in the singing of the alma mater. The band will be led by the senior class officers and conducted by Assistant Drum Major Johannes Escano. At this time, I would ask that everyone remain seated as our seniors make their way back to the gymnasium located in the center of campus. Once they have received their diploma, they will exit the gymnasium and you can meet up with them. Thank you and congratulations to the Mayfair Monsoon Class of 2014.